cattle, we're seeing some support after the holiday break. How long can it continue? We'll get an update from Michelle Rook in Markets Now.
Well, grains in negative territory on Tuesday with cattle futures to the plus side. Oliver Sloup is joining us with analysis. Felt a little bit like a risk-off day in the grains. I know it was a little quiet on Tuesday, Oliver, but there was a little bit of headline risk there with the EU tariff situation. Was that part of it?
I think that may have played a role, and you certainly, I think, saw that more in some of the outside markets, looking at the equity markets, and then looking at the precious metals markets, which just continued to explode to new all-time highs. The grains, they had a few attempts to try to gain some ground, and as you had mentioned, kind of got that selling pressure, which may have stemmed from some of those outside markets. But all in all, you zoom out, I think it was a ho-hum day. Looking at that corn market, it was an inside day, so trading within Friday's trading range, so not a whole lot to write home about there.
But Oliver, it's not just corn that's sideways. All of the grain trade is sideways. Is there a catalyst that can break us out of these sideways trading ranges?
I think you could potentially see some of these catalysts just be either technicals. I think you could see weather developments in South America. I think you could start to get some jawboning back and forth about what we're going to plant here in the United States. I think there's a lot of different catalysts that could spark this market. But right now, the market's just kind of a wait and see, or show me that catalyst before it wants to move. And talking about that, looking at the volatility indexes, it looks like a long-term price chart where if you zoom out, you can really see some value zones. The volatility indexes are measuring up to be pretty similar. Looking at the corn CVOL index in particular, we're at the lowest levels of volatility in about the last 10 plus years. So typically this is the time, almost like the calm before the storm.
And the cattle market did see a bit of a rebound after the ugly sell-off on Friday. Can we continue to recover here, do you think?
I think we can hold ground. I don't know if we're going to make a full recovery just like that, but I think we can hold ground, and I think that's really pretty constructive. And talking about last Friday's sell-off, saw March feeder cattle. They traded down near limit down at one point during the session. That was still up on the week, so we didn't really do a whole lot of technical damage. I think what it did do is remind market participants and hedgers and traders alike that there is still headline risk out there.
Very true. All right, thanks so much. That is Oliver Sloup, Blue Line Futures and Markets Now.